Welcome back to what you've been following this week on the internet. Vincent, what have you been following this week on the internet?
This week on the internet, I have been following not much actually. It's probably and honestly now, probably the least time I've spent on the internet
Since the internet was invented.
actually, yeah. I haven't been on TikTok for some reason. Have barely.
Yeah, you
been
ruined
on
our streak.
Instagram.
Our streak of 300 days, you ruined it.
It was a sad day indeed. I have a baby, they said. It'll be fun, they said. You'll have plenty of free time. They didn't say that though.
You have 6 months of bliss, 3 years of nightmare, and then the rest is fine after that.
Yeah, thanks for giving me the heads up on that part.
Have you noticed that? There's always parents, you have to do it, it's wonderful, it's magical. Then you do it, it's like, haha, welcome to hell.
It is our, but it's it's exactly as you said though, where those first 6 months were maybe because we got lucky. We did get lucky. We had a baby that didn't get sick, anything like that. So that was lucky, I guess you could say. Because everyone tries their best not to get their child sick, and then some people get unlucky, in my opinion. But yeah, we had a easy 6 months, if I could put it that way.
Your wife might say otherwise.
My wife might say otherwise. But and she's now she'll be 1 next month. So this was 11
Crazy,
months.
yeah.
In case you didn't see the 101 pictures on Instagram that the wife posts and the sister-in-law. We won't go there. But hey man, it's been tough. The crawling, the standing independently, not quite walking, but stands, does a dance if you put music on.
Nice.
In other words, there's a little booty shake, which is adorable. And then you're like, well, come. And then she drops her knees again. And you're like, damn it, walk.
Don't rush it, mate.
I know. I'm already, maybe the viewers, all of you, Yaku included.
We haven't forgot about you, buddy.
I didn't. But you could correct me if it is evil. But is it evil of me to miss when she's just doing to sit phase?
Oh yeah, when they can't move.
Yeah. You just put her down on the playmat, surrounded by a couple toys, and then it was lekker. It was there. She was there. Just there.
So no, I don't think it's evil, but I do think it's lazy. No, I'm being serious. So I felt the same way, and it's okay to be lazy, but you got to understand that Sorry, pause for traffic. You got to understand that these development stages are the best stages because you get to experience this for the first time with someone. Right? So whether it be your wife or your actual child that's going through it. Because once your child knows how to walk, they're never going to walk for the first time again. Does that make sense?
No, I get
so
that. I get that.
It's not evil by any means, but I do think it is because you're like, it was easier when I could just.
No, exactly. That's
and
the
she
guilty.
would stay.
That's the little guilty bit where it's like, trying to do stuff. Look, it is fun at times where it's this constant little back and forth. Because our place is small, the living room and kitchen are adjacent. We put it down in the mat, which is in the living space. We've got one of those nice foam, big square play mats, so that's nice. It's actually quite comfortable. But you put it down there with her 101 toys. And does she not ignore all of them? Crawl right back to the drawer. Pull out our bottom drawer. I've got espresso pods, Nespresso pods in their boxes. Just yanks the box, eats the box, gets bored of the box, pulls out a pod, eats the pod, gets bored of that, pulls out the potato masher, and then I'll put it all back, put it on the mat. Now she's in the second drawer, pulling out Ziploc bags. But she's got very good fine motor skills because she picks up individual bags.
Okay.
And then to the side, one at a time, to the side. So it's not just like a lump. It's very ladylike. One at a time. One at a time. So at least feeling that side right. Also, it's quite embarrassing. So I've got a mole on my stomach that I've had forever. But she goes with her one little pointer finger. And then like a Austin Powers movie. That's the monologue that plays in my head when she's doing it. It's just mole. She literally just goes with her one finger. Dead on it. And then like wiggles it. Then she'll try to like pick it up like it's a piece of dirt. Every time. It is astounding how she just like locks in on that one thing that just makes me self-conscious. Like, can you not? Please. The one mole I have, and you flip and sit there. But yeah, no. So
yeah, kids will bring out the best in you. They'll make you realize that these silly things that you care so much about are not that important.
No, except for I don't think I showed you guys the video of it had been a long day at work for once. I wear Chelsea boots just because they're quick and easy. But obviously being leather, being hot in South Africa.
What did you say?
Chelsea boots.
Chelsea boots.
Chelsea boots.
What on earth is that?
Oh, sorry, you work from home forever. You don't own enough fancy clothes.
Bro, what is Chelsea boots?
It's kind of like a dress shoe, but a boot. So the forefront of the shoe
The
is
pointy shoes,
but not exaggerated pointy, but a pointed shape. So not rounded like a felly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a smarter shape.
And if I search Chelsea boots, is that what I want to find?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Maybe remember to type in South Africa.
Oh, the brown ones with the leather on the side, with the stretchy bit on the side.
Yes.
Okay, so like Timberlands, but without the laces.
Yes, yeah, Timberlands without the laces. So I've got a Puma pair, a black Puma pair. I've got what is it? I've got a Safari, normal beige pair. Although those I've walked through the soles. But anyway, I digress. We're getting distracted by the wrong thing here. So obviously wear that shoe all day.
Okay.
Hot, it's ready. Get home, haven't showered yet. Chilling with my feet on the, what do you call that thing? Ottoman? The footstool. Does one owner not stand up, smell my foot, pull a face? We all laugh, ha ha ha. Because she pulls like a bit of like a ooh. And then goes in for a second one. Gives it a proper woof. And does she not do like a cartoon? I've never been so self-conscious ever. Other than that moment there with my child. It was like, damn, you got smelly feet. I was like, you don't even know what is good or bad smelling. And that's how you reacted to my feet. So I was just like, oh my gosh. I literally went and showered immediately. I was just so like, ooh, that's not good. But yeah. Kids.
Smelly feet Wenzel.
I'd love to say it's a new thing, but it's not. It's a curse.
Yeah. No, you've always had smelly feet.
No, I have. Yeah. I blame it on being athletic as hell.
Nah, you're just a sweaty boy.
Yeah. No, I am. From everywhere. Face, arms, hands. Shame. My poor daughter has it as well. Like, if she sleeps on the bed with us, her head leaves a wet puddle.
Nice.
She's a proper
That's a good
baby.
sleep, though.
Even, sleeps like a rock. Except for the last 3 nights. that hasn't been fun. She's got like a bit of a, I want to say, not a runny nose, but there's definitely a booger a little bit far back that the little suction things don't get to. But you can hear it when she's sleeping there. And so then she'll spit the dummy out because she can't breathe.
Okay.
But then she wakes up and cries because she spat the dummy out. So you put the dummy back in. And then it's just a cycle of half an hour's sleep. Spits the dummy out because she can't breathe because it's obviously just blocked one nose. Then she's frustrated because the nose is blocked. So yeah, that's been the last
And do you
2 days.
use Eliaden?
Yeah, so we have been trying. But she's not... Now and then... So if she's awake, she's okay with us spraying. Like if she's awake. She might give a little flinch, but then she'll let us. But when she's in this sort of asleep, but not asleep, kind of
Right.
that in between, like literally tonight, cried the first real tears from us just trying to spray her nose so she could breathe. Like the first actual tears coming out the eyes. Rachel had a full meltdown. After we finished and I was putting her to sleep, Rachel went and had like a little sob on the couch. Like, oh, my baby had her first tears. And I was just like, oh God, that's the beginning.
Yeah.
It's going to be more.
Yeah, wait till she's 16 and then you got to have a different kind of fight.
Different kind of cry.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about that. Let's just worry about getting to a year, okay? I know you got a couple years. What are your ages again? Remind me.
Sorry, this guy had to come and cut my grass now. And I think he just shot a stone at my window.
I didn't know gardeners were a thing. I thought that was a South African thing.
No, yeah, garden services. But he loves to come at 8 o'clock at night when the sun's going down. Because I think he works during the day, and then this is like a side hustle.
I mean,
but I'd rather him do it than me because he's got a ride on and he can get it done in a couple hours. Where me, it will take a whole day to cut the grass, and I've got nowhere to throw the grass. He takes it away. So anyway, yeah, no, my kids are 7 and 5. So
yes, since you've been away for that long. God damn.
Yeah, I know. Going on 5 years next year.
Bloody hell.
It's crazy. Time goes so fast. But speaking of fast,
smooth.
I know. Max Verstappen is rumored to be going to Aston Martin next year. Have you heard the rumors, or do you need me to go into it?
No, I think I need you to go into it. Like I said, I've been detached from social media this week. Not voluntarily. It just so happens to be that way. So I'm out the loop. I know Piastri won last weekend. That's about it.
He won by far.
Oh,
Like he was, yeah. Well, first of all, the FIA was having a shocker. The broadcast was having a shocker because the timing on the side, George Russell was, I think, to blame, but his timing wasn't tracked on his car. So, like, he was racing in second because he was in second, and then the timing sheet had him at 12. Like, he would drop down the order, go to 20th, right to the bottom, and then jump back up to second, and then go down again. So he couldn't use DRS because they couldn't time if he was within a second. And Norris, who was behind him, also couldn't use DRS because they couldn't time Russell, so they didn't know how far Norris was.
That is such a balls up. How many millions go into the sport and they can't keep time of a vehicle?
So right up until the last lap, Norris was racing to try and overtake George without DRS, and the camera stayed on them the whole way. Piastri finished the race, didn't even cut to him. put him on the side of the screen, and then they followed them going over. So it was a much more exciting race. It was nice to see. Lewis said after the race that he's getting a lot more comfortable in the car and he's got to a position. In the middle sector, he was like overtaking people and he was actually flying. And I don't think he deserved driver of the day, but he did get it because he went from 9th to 5th. Even though we've seen him
overtakes.
He wasn't though. What's his name? Kimi Antonelli. He went from like, I think it was 18th or something, all the way to 10th.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Lewis, because it was actually prime Lewis Hamilton in the like 20th lap to like the 40th lap. It was really good. But like obviously only 4 overtakes. But there was a lot of fighting and stuff. So it was nice to see that, even though we've seen him go from 20th to 1st before. Anyway, the reason I brought this up. So Max is rumored by credible sources to be moving to Aston Martin. Now there's two questions to follow this, but first, in his contract, he has a bunch of clauses. One of them is that if he falls out of 3rd place in the championship running, if he goes 4th, he's allowed to leave Red Bull at any time. That is in his contract. Okay. He's also got a clause where if he doesn't win, he's allowed to leave the next year or something like that. So at the moment, it's looking like he might fall out because George is doing really well. So what's funny is that Lewis left Mercedes and now they're doing really well again. Anyway, so George could go up into 3rd, pushing Max out to 4th, and then Max could just say, okay, I'm going to Aston. But now the sources say that he's been talking with Adrian Newey and Lance Stroll. So,
oh yes, is Adrian at Aston?
Aston, yes, he's at there. Okay, so that would be massive for them because Adrian Newey knows how to make a car for Max. So imagine an Aston built for Max. That would be insane.
Well, and he just knows how to make a car, like full stop.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes,
exactly
for Max too.
Yeah.
But then who are they going to drop? So
my question, that was my question is, who do they drop? Because obviously you drop Lance Stroll.
Well,
that's the obvious.
Rationally,
you have to.
Rationally, you drop Lance Stroll. Realistically, Daddy's boy's going nowhere.
Fernando to Red Bull? Question mark.
Has he? He hasn't been in a Red Bull.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he's always gone around. He's gone around Red Bull. No.
Oh well. No, I don't see Christian putting Fernando in a Bull seat. I don't see it happening. I just don't. I did see Yuki actually happy to be back in his car.
Yuki's racing for Red Bull.
Sorry, I meant
Lawson.
Not Yuki. Lawson, sorry.
Oh, happy in 18th.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so it's proof now that Liam Lawson is just shit.
Yes.
But also, Yuki is struggling to drive that Red Bull. He's doing it a lot better than Lawson, but
yeah. But
yeah,
still
really
complimenting Max on how the hell he's able to do what he does in the Red Bull when it is.
But it's designed for him. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, it is. It is made to his driving style. I think every driver, other than Perez, but I don't think people interview him because he's boring. But every other driver has said that, where everything they say about the car is how Max drives like this, so the car is like this, and it just didn't suit my style. I mean, I think even all the way back at Alex Albon, when he had his stint in that seat, I think that was also one of the first things he said was I think he describes it in an interview as if you're playing a first-person shooter game, so your Call of Duty, Delta Force, whatever, and you've got your mouse's sensitivity set to, call it max. I mean, like 100%, not Max Verstappen. So, like, any small movement is thereabouts, very, very precise. And then he says it's like Max has it set to 1,000%, where it's just this slightest little sneeze and you're taking it through the hairpin. So I definitely agree with you. That car is 100% built for Max, around Max. Damned be the other drivers. You get the experimental parts or the parts we are not so confident in.
It's obviously it was a good strategy when the other cars weren't able to keep up, but now it's proof that you can't rely on one driver. Because Max is still insane. He still won the Japanese.
Yes, the Japanese one.
Yeah, still won so well done to him. But here's the next question. Piastri or Norris, who wins the championship? Because Norris deserves it. Dude's been fighting his whole life for this. Piastri is new to the game, and Piastri is going to be a multiple-time champion for sure. And he's looking like he could actually just run away from Norris, realistically. If he didn't crash in Australia, or not crash, spin out, he would have definitely been in first place right now.
I think that's the thing is, like, I'm a Lando fan, like, big time. Half the reason I like McLaren is because of Lando. But I can't find a reason to not like Piastri. He also seems like a really chill guy.
And he's competitive enough.
Yeah, competitive enough, but not super pretentious about it. And seems to be a likable character from the snippets we get on social media that we see of the team and all of that. I don't know, maybe he'll be on I haven't watched the new season of Drive to Survive, so maybe get some insight there.
No, they paint him in a bad light because they're fighting for first place or first number one driver position. So they paint him in a bad light, but it's all respectable. Like,
yeah, well, that's Netflix. They have to create the narrative, otherwise it's just a boring documentary.
Yeah,
about cars going fast. Have to make it dramatic. It's Netflix. There's nothing normal about Netflix. Well, except for the fact they make money. They make too much money. But I am going to go with my boy Lando. And I'm going to say Lando for the win.
Right. Let's break this down a bit. Okay. No, because Lando last season was signed up as the number one driver.
Yeah.
They both signed a contract. He was the number one driver. I believe that is still the case for this year, but the contract is let them race. So, in a position where Lando needs to win and Piastri's in front, he has to give up the position. But if they want to, like, that's their position for the race, there's no clause that says Lando has to win. I think that's the situation right now. Yeah. So, with that being said, the McLaren is so far ahead of everyone else. It's literally, I think Piastri won by 10 seconds or 12 seconds the last race, which is the last time we saw that was Max in his prime winning by 15 seconds. So
there was a race where he won by 21 seconds. But still, that was prime Red Bull Max.
Yeah. Lewis won by an entire lap.
So that too.
So I think, look, Lando had a bad race. He had a bad quali as well, because I think he got track limits on the second to last corner and he was on the way to win, get pole. So put him in third, and then he had the DRS issue, and there was a lot of issues that went on. He had a slow pit stop as well. They put on the wrong tires, I think. So
yeah, but I mean, having that DRS really hinders you.
Yeah,
especially when the cars are made for overtaking with DRS. Call me Jason.
Yeah, they need it. And look, the Mercedes is getting better. So I think give Lando 2 or 3 clean races, he'll definitely come in first. Like him against Piastri, I think Lando has more experience. I think he's a faster driver. I just don't know if he has that drive. Like, I'm going to push him off the road. Because I feel like Piastri would. Piastri would say, I'm going to push you off the road to get first. So I'm going to say Lando over Piastri, but I still think Piastri next year, the year after, he's going to win 100 times. So I would still like to see Lewis win. Still faithful. Lewis is going to he's going to win every other race from now, and he's going to take the championship. Currently in 10th, but it's going to take the championship.
I'm not going to lie. It's still weird for me seeing him in red. I think just because how many other drivers have stayed at a team for as long as he has? Like, it's not something you see. The lawnmower.
The only other driver is Michael Schumacher at Ferrari.
I guess, yeah, similar situation as where it was just dominance for ever. Really.
Yeah, like imagine Michael Schumacher in orange. You just can't can't see it. So yeah, it's a bit of a shock, but he looks good in red. Like if they gave him his Mercedes, but they just painted it red, I think he'd be at the top. He was saying in an interview that apparently the braking system is different to Mercedes. The I think the either the drivetrain or something to do with the gears is also built different. So like in Mercedes, he would shift up, he'd go 1, 2, 3. Whereas here he has to go 1, 2, 3. Something like, just as an example, I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it's built different. So now he's used to going 1, 2, 3 in his gears. Now he's going 1, 2, 3 in his gears. So that just that little change is like a tenth of a second. And that's enough for someone to either go past him or for him to be slower in quali. So, like, it's a lot to get used to, especially if you've been doing, how many years? 10, 12? I think it was 13 years at the same team.
Yeah, where they have all of your preferences and, everything about you is now dialed into the T immediately. And there's only very fine adjustments for the track for that day they're making. Where now, obviously, new team, like you're saying, whole new systems. The gearing probably has different ratios. So, the teeth on the gears could be held different sizes, which will affect the way you weigh and when and how it's changing gears. So, I don't know, I'm sucking that up my ass. But
it is possible because literally they build the engines themselves. So
yeah, so I mean, it's all possible. So. No, I can definitely understand where he's coming from. Ups to the professionalism in that league. I mean, you have to be able to perform no matter what seat you're in, but you definitely understand where he's coming from in that adjusting period of, like you say, you've been one place for 13 years, you go to a whole new place.
Yeah, do you think it's harder? Because as a rookie coming in for your first year, you typically don't get one of these top 3, top 4 cars, right? So if you're practicing in a Williams, comparing that to an F2 car, obviously it's a big change, right? But there's no pressure on you to perform. There's no pressure on you to actually do well. They understand you're still learning the car, and they have a general setup for you. Also, you have no preferences. So it's like, okay, this is how I'm sitting in the car. Let me get used to this.
Yeah.
Is it harder to do that than you think? What Lewis has done is he's got Formula One mindset. And it's basically take him, put him in this car, and now everything is different.
I'd say it's 100% harder. I mean, championship title on the line, defending champ, teams coming off a constructors championship. No, wait, McLaren won last year. But those kinds of pressures, 100% harder like you're saying, Williams, you're coming in. They know they're not winning no constructors. They know they're not fighting for pole position. They just trying not to come last. So,
Well, they're actually not even a bottom team anymore. But anyway,
but I mean, you get
then
the
this is
idea.
my rebuttal. This is my rebuttal.
All right.
Fernando Alonso, the first time he got into the Aston, he was good.
I mean, with enough money, it's possible. Max said he doesn't want to be in F1 forever. He's been very vocal about
So he
that.
does. He does 2 years at Aston and then he gives up.
Yeah, takes a massive paycheck from Aston. Does whatever it does. They're either going to skyrocket with Adrian and Max, or that's not going to work out the way Stroll hoped. And then Max will be like, cheers, I'm out. I'm going to go stuff around in some other motorsport just because I'm Max Verstappen. Or not even an actual motorsport. He'll just go be an eSIM racer. I mean, he already is a professional sim racer as well. So
I could see him going to Formula E. I could see him doing a year or two in there.
just
Le Mans, he'll definitely do Le Mans.
Le Mans, definitely see Le Mans. Formula E, I feel like most of the Formula E drivers are people that couldn't make it in Formula 1.
But it's more of a game, though. It's more of a, like imagine he just
also do a
goes,
lot of
cleans up, and
celebrity
then...
stuff in Formula E.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen, they've done quite a bit of celebrity races, and where they get some of the celebrities who can drive into the cars, and they...
Well, do you know why?
To get more viewers, obviously.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, you couldn't put a celebrity in a Formula One car because if they stall the car, it could break the engine, and that could cost millions.
Okay, yeah. No.
You can't stall a Formula E car. It's got one moving part.
Okay, this is true. And also on that, they also limited the power because they can remotely control the power. And then they let I think it was towards the ends of their training laps, where they'd get on the straight, and then they'd be like, okay, are you ready? We're going to give you access to full power. And then you can see when they pushed pedal on the full power for the first time, there's like... But... So I don't see Max doing Formula E, but Le Mans, 100% see him doing that in real life. Because I mean, he's already been doing it on the sim.
Mm.
I mean, which GP was it? Was it last year? Where he was literally participating in a 24-hour
Yeah,
Le
and then he
Mans
came
sim.
and raced and won. And then
Yeah, raced, like, slept for 5 hours, woke up, got to the track, raced, won. Probably went back and did another stint in the Le Mans E race. I mean,
it's
that's
easy
when you
to
know your
do
car was
when
too
you
good.
are. Yeah, it's easy to do when you are in your 20s.
Or
I saw a TikTok that said YouTuber and esporter take time out of their day to go and race Formula One cars. And they're talking about Lando as well, because he does YouTube sometimes in the off season. But yeah, Ventil. As you know, these sessions are going to be shorter now. Don't know where Jason is. Let's do a thing. If Jason is watching this, to prove that he's watching it, in the next show, he has to wear a what color shirt?
Okay, we need to make it something he probably already owns.
Oh, like a
What's the temperature
Hawaiian
like there? Is it
button-up.
summer? Is it going into summer or winter there?
going to summer, yeah.
So
like
it
a
can be a
Hawaiian
shirt, not a
button-up.
jacket.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say blue. I feel like Jason has to have blue.
But like a blue floral button-up shirt. I guarantee he has some sort of floral shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, a blue button-up, preferably floral.
Okay, Jason, if you're watching this, and for everyone else watching this, Pencil, where can they find you?
They can find me on the Instagram. That'll be Vince_Gordon. Otherwise, pretty sure you can find us on the Global Buggers podcast on TikTok too. For all our old stuff, we have so many clips.
Yeah, if you want to catch up on our old stuff.
We're still catching up. We're so good at making these clips. So we're still catching up. Terence, where can they find you?
You can find me on Scarlet_YouTube or Scarlet_ on everything, on TikTok and Twitch. If you want to follow me, I post videos every now and then when I get a chance. Work has been very busy. And I was really proud of the last video I uploaded, and it just didn't do well. Like, I uploaded the one before that and I just rushed it and got it out, and it did pretty well for the channel. And then to this one, I put a lot of effort into it and nothing happened. So please go and watch that video just to make me feel a bit better. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.